as a service provider for this industry, what I do is I try to create the ultimate lease option exit strategy. So if you're selling houses right now, you're turning and flipping them, or you're simply renting them, there's a large profit that you're foregoing by not adopting the selling on lease option exit strategy, because you can get paid when you buy the house, or you can get paid middle money, like the difference in the rent, and you can get paid the big money whenever you sell the house, and you end up selling it for a lot more because you offer terms.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. My name is Leo Wehdeking. I'm your host today, and I am joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Paul Ritter, who's been making serious moves in the industry of real estate. Glad to have you here, Paul.
Leo, thank you for having me today. I'm really looking forward to providing information to you and the community that you serve.
Yeah, actually, I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you've been handling your real estate business, your investments, and most of the stuff that you actually married with your real estate business. Like, for an example, the credit repair, the screening, and the profitable exit strategy that you have placed on. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now let's dive in. All right. And first of all, for the people that may not be familiar with what you're doing with your world, can you give us a short version on what's your main focus these days?
Absolutely, Leo. So as a service provider to this real estate investment industry that I've been doing these services all the way back, still probably about 2012. Actually, some of the services go back even to last century, like the credit repair service. But as a service provider for this industry, what I do is I try to create the ultimate lease option exit strategy. So if you're selling houses right now, you're turning and flipping them, or you're simply renting them, there's a large profit that you're foregoing by not adopting the selling on lease option exit strategy, because you can get paid when you buy the house, or you can get paid middle money, like the difference in the rent, and you can get paid the big money whenever you sell the house, and you end up selling it for a lot more because you offer terms. So my focus is not all of that. My focus is selecting the right candidate for the house, the one that can afford the house, and the one that has a path to get their credit to where it needs to be.
Exactly, correct. And now, Paul, in what markets are you operating in?
Well, I operate in all 50 states, both the screening company and the credit repair company I spoke of before. We do business in all 50 states. And by the way, you can divide them up. If you have somebody who's already in your house who just needs credit repair, we do that. But if you're looking to have somebody screened and then walked all the way through and given all the reports that you need to make an executive decision, a very good decision about who you put in your house, then I'm your guy.
All right. Love it. Now, something that actually caught my attention about you, it's the way that you've been able to
stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors, working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
To have all these different areas, okay, that you apply to the real estate. So can you be a little bit more specific how you were able to marry, the profitable strategy exit, the credit repair, the screening, and the real estate business? How were you able to put all of that together through, the years of experience
My
that
God,
you
yeah,
have?
and the mortgages. I mean, when I'm an entrepreneur at heart, that's really where I just all came from. So I work with a lot of real estate investor trainers. We're on the brand, and I could throw out a bunch of names, but Joe McCall and many others, Chris Prefontaine. But the way this came about and the uniqueness of my business, here's what it does. Like right now, you can go to TransUnion Smart Moves and do a screening, but you're given very little information. They're not going to figure out can you afford the house. They'll offer a credit report, but they don't tell you how to get the credit from where it is to where it needs to be in order to become mortgage ready. And they're not mortgage brokers as well. So here's the cool thing. You're not going to pay a dime as a real estate investor. Everything I'm about to tell you, it's all going to end up appearing in the show notes, and you'll have a way to register with us. And when you register, again, it's free. The tenant buyer pays for my service. It's only $50 a screening. More on that later. But here's the thing. What we're doing is the credit enhancement piece of this. We do it unlike anybody else in the industry. What we're going to do is we're going to dispute all the negative things every time we do battle with the credit bureaus. And therefore, I can let you know how long they're being in the service before they even start. In other words, I can give you an end date. And now you can set them up for a 1 year or a 2 year lease option, knowing they have a plan to get to where they need to be. And finally, there's a tracking mechanism behind all this where you as a real estate investor can track their results and you can see how they're coming along with their credit enhancement and also the debt to income ratio. It's a blueprint. I give them a screenshot and they sign it at the end of this whenever you go to sign your documents, and it says that they're not going to materially change their income or their debt load in order to be able to qualify for a mortgage in a year or two from now. So it protects you from a Dodd-Frank type of lawsuit against you. So everything is thought out, soup to nuts, to help you as a real estate investor accomplish your goals, which is to effectively sell people homes and cash them out. Because, you live in your community and you don't want to have to go to church or see somebody at a store or know that they were unable to get to where they needed to be from a mortgage perspective. Well, I'm the guy really to help you and them get to that place.
Wow, that's actually not easy, especially in this climate nowadays that our interest rates are going up. Sometimes they go down, but that's actually bringing me one question that I also want to ask you. What's been the key to keeping your business? Because your business is not only real estate. You just mentioned yourself. You have like 3 other areas that you work along with the real estate business. So how is Paul Ritter able to run that business smoothly? What's your recipe, Paul?
Many years of expertise and really just putting these pieces together, because you have to have the credit repair in and of itself as its own entity, it's its own business. But when you tie it together with the screening, and then we offer an executive summary, that executive summary, if I were just to look at the report, we've generated reports that are 100 pages long about should you make a decision on this person or not.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
go right to the executive summary. I talk with every one of these people that I do these screenings for. I talk with them for an hour on a Zoom call, and I go over these numbers with them, and I have them take screenshots along the way. So by the time they come back to you, they are so thankful that they now understand the process because they talked with somebody who understands real estate investor terms and answered many of their questions. So I'm not going to set your price. I'm not going to negotiate your deal out for you, but I will know within the framework of of their income and their credit whether or not they can be a viable candidate for that particular house. And even if they have to walk outside of that house, let's say for example someone's trying to qualify for a $500,000 house with a $3,000 a month income, it's more house than they can afford. Even if we have to walk outside of that, I give them advice as to what they can afford. And then we can even look for a different house for them. So our system is here to help you get more tenant buyers because when people don't qualify for houses, you'll have a buyer's list that's going to help you get better tenant buyers and people that understand the process along the way.
Okay, all right. So that's actually very good, man. Very good stuff. Now, Paul, I know that every operator has a moment where things got real, maybe a deal that went sideways or didn't go as planned, all right? Do you mind, sometime that maybe you had to pivot real fast, all right? Do you mind sharing one of those moments?
Sure. There are red flags and through the doing this business and experience that comes with it, you learn to look for these red flags. People, I want to have everyone cash out. I want to have everyone put their name on the title to the property. However, yes, there are times when people fail. One of the main red flags I've learned to look for is inability to save. So if they come across their down payment, their non-refundable option deposit, by via either inheritance or a tax refund, that should tell you something that they haven't been able to save. And if they're living paycheck to paycheck, they can't afford the screening or they complain about the $50 that they pay or even the credit repair, those should be red flags. So people should come into these transactions eyes wide open, knowing what buying a house is not cheap. No, even if you're buying it on lease option, that non-refundable option deposit, you want to be able to cash people out because in a lot of these deals, the big money's on the backside. The big money's whenever you cash them out and you get that 20, 30, $50,000 check whenever you're selling the house. That's really where this the
Exactly.
end game here. That's what we're all playing for. So things I've learned, and in an answer to your question, Leo, deposit. That's one thing. You know, the framework of are they husband and wife or are they boyfriend and girlfriend? How long have they been together? What type of jobs do they have? There's things you can pick up on in the background check that let you know whether or not they're going to try to turn your house into a meth lab. So you need to be aware of these things. And, the hour long interview that I'm doing with them and the fact that I've done so many of these, I can offer my feedback to people and let them know, as an investor myself, would I rent to own or lease option to these people as well?
Exactly. And that's the kind of stuff that people actually don't talk about enough. Sometimes maybe they don't know about the topic, but I think, that the way you're doing it, that's what separates the folks who just dabble from the ones who actually stay in the game for long term. Okay. It's just, basic stuff.
Oh, you
Knowing
can
what
go
you're
broke,
doing,
broke quick, Leo, if you make some bad decisions, a couple bad decisions, and you all of a sudden you're starting to think, what, pushing a broom at the high school might not sound so bad. But that's this industry. If you treat people right, and you understand your business and you know what to look out for, this can be extremely profitable. It's a wonderful business.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, it is. Now, let me ask you something, Paul. What are you most focused on? Solving or scaling next?
Wow, that's a really interesting question. I would say, I've been problem solver all my life. I love solving problems. Good chess game, love it, you know. But scaling would be, I would love to get the word out more, and I'd love to be able to do more business. Right now, we're small but mighty. I mean, we've done, I don't know, I probably have a couple hundred people in the credit repair business, and each month we're turning over another 40, 50 screenings or even more. But I'd love to see this thing 10x from there. You know, I would easily staff up because we have all the structure in place to grow this. You know, we got all the database stuff and the software to do all the credit repair and to do everything that we need. So I think I have the problem solved. Of course, my wife might say something different, but I think scaling would be where I would like to focus my attention. Good question, Leo. I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay. On scaling. So you told me already that you like to solve problems. So that won't be, like maybe your main goal right now. So probably scaling is the one that you're looking to grow right now. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. Now, Paul, I know that a lot of people listening are either earlier in their journey or they're just looking to level up. And I think they will benefit from hearing this. Okay. Now, when it comes about building relationships and growing your network, what's made the biggest difference for you?
Well, I work with a lot of real estate investor trainers. Like Investor Fuel, I'm really excited about this relationship I'm ushering in with you guys. And the way I've grown my business up to this point in time is through the real estate investor trainer community. I can't thank Ron LeGrand enough. He's Papa Ron to a lot of people. So there's the way I've scaled to this point in time is mainly through that. I've dabbled a little bit with the mortgage business. As a matter of fact, actually now I've got my mortgage license. I can do mortgages in all 50 states, and many people find that to be useful to have the credit enhancement person work with them because I can keep my finger on the pulse of or the heartbeat of the score in conjunction with interest rates. And we all know interest rates with what's going on now, they're fluctuating quite a bit, and they're set to even come down more. So wouldn't it be helpful to have somebody who is looking at your score and can pull the trigger at the right time to get you the best rates and terms and fees combination? And that's really where I come from. So not sure if that really answered your question head on, but is there anything else I can
Yeah, it
add to that?
does. It
Yeah.
does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. I will simplify it just a little bit by you have built over these years, you have built very good relationships with your investors and with the people that you have worked in. That's what I would say.
Oh, and the people I've worked with. I mean, Leo, you don't know how many people come back to me and say, you know what, I couldn't buy a toaster on credit with tears in their eyes, and they say, now you got me into a house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So well, I'm that cornerstone, that really, and I'm that education that gets them there. So I love to share of myself. You know, with all the real estate investors that I work with, they all got my personal cell phone number. So that's the kind of business that I do.
Exactly. And
I'm
that's
here. I'm here for the community. Go ahead.
no, no, yeah. I was just going to say I was going to add something, and that's something that you cannot fake. Okay. When you told me right now that most of the investors that you have worked with, they all have your personal number, that means a lot. Okay. Because if you want to reach out to them, you know that you're going to call him directly and not going to reach out maybe an automated voice machine or maybe I don't know, an assistant. Okay. So that's huge. That's big, especially nowadays where relationships are everything. Okay. You mentioned that the way that you've been growing, it's by, you know, being part of communities. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And helping communities. So that's actually very good. That's
Yeah.
actually very good. And
You gotta take an interest.
it did answer my question.
Yeah, you got to take an interest in that community, and then you need to speak their language. So, like, I'm going to a lot of these training sessions with the real estate investment community. I've had booths, throughout this industry. So I've listened to all the real estate investors. I understand the issues that they face. And I sat down and solved a lot of these problems. So, really what the real estate investor wants is this person going to turn my house into a meth lab, or am I going to actually see them at that second closing table, the one where they put their name on the title to the property? First closing table is where you give them the keys. Again, we're talking about a lease option exit strategy here. Am I going to see them there? That's what they're concerned.
Exactly.
They want to see the people there, and they want to do good in the community at the same time, make a very profitable deal. And it's all there for them as long as they have the framework of being able to select that right person going in. And knowing that you have someone like me who talks to your tenant buyers for an hour, and gives you my feedback at zero cost to you. I mean, and you say, okay, Paul, how do
Yeah.
you do that? How do you do it with zero cost to the real estate investor? Because the tenant buyer pays for the screening. The tenant buyer pays for their own credit repair. If they go that route. And sometimes I advise them they don't even need credit repair. You just need to build credit. You need to work on your age of credit, mix of credit, balance limit ratio, all the relevant criteria that contribute to your score. I go through all that stuff with them. So, sometimes there's a lot of free advice.
Exactly. All right, that's very good, Paul. Now, before we wrap up, all right, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, maybe collaborate or learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Well, let's go ahead and put it in the show notes here. There'll be a registration link. So when you register as a real estate investor with us, it's a very simple form. It's going to ask you for your name and your email address and your phone number, like 2 phone numbers, the one you want me to contact you on and the one you want the community to contact you on. So once you fill out these 6 little fields, it generates a link for you. And Leo, this is so cool. So now you have your own link or QR code, however you want to handle it. So now you give that to your tenant buyers. And now you have a professional application. It cost me tens of thousands of dollars to develop this application. It has logic in it. It actually expands if there's more than one buyer in it, knows what questions to ask. Don't ask for a down payment if it's a rental only. So all this really cool application is now going to be your application. So you're going to get that value. So you look much more professional. That application comes into me, we give you a copy of it, and we do all the background work. So think of it this way. You're outsourcing the one small piece of this, which is us taking the application for you. And with that, we're providing you answers, or at least we're giving you nice executive summaries to make your decision on who you're going to put into the house. And again, it doesn't cost you anything. Why are you getting it for free? Because the tenant buyer is paying me directly.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So
Cool.
to answer your
Well,
question,
Paul, perfect. Listen.
Let's put it in the
Yeah.
show notes how to contact me. It's a registration form. Go ahead.
Okay. You can mention them over here on the video. It doesn't mind.
It's apply.prequal/register. But anyhow, again, it's a link, so I'll put it in the show notes. And if we can get a QR code in there, I'll put that in there as well.
Okay.
So it's real simple. Once I do that,
All right.
they're going to get that link, and then I'll even give you like a bonus link too for directly to my calendar if you want to do like your own credit repair. If you're a real estate investor, you're just starting out, and you need to repair your own credit. We got special pricing for you too. So there's a lot of discounts.
All right. Will do. Well, Paul, listen, I really appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. Okay. We need more people in this space who are actually doing it the right way. Thanks again for being here. And for those of you just tuning in, all right, if you got value from this, make sure you're subscribed, all right? We got more conversations coming with operators just like Paul Ritter, all right, who are out there doing real businesses, all right? Until then, see you in the next episode.
Thank you, Leo.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.